point in your life, have you found your place? Have you found your community? That itself is so important. Because God.
But peace of mind don't fit that without a vision. People perish.
Have you found your community? That itself is so important.
Living and loving, learning and giving, growing and going throughout San Antonio
and abroad.
The faith we share as testimony about God's goodness to us and His love for all humanity. As we live our lives passionately and purposefully in order to make strong, healthy, multi-generational, and multicultural disciples for God, giving Him the maximum glory in all things. But please remind them that without a vision, the people perish.
That's right.
Have you found your community? That itself is so important. Hello, family. Much love to you. I hope all is well in your neighborhood. The storm has passed over. That's an insider for some of those who are on this northeast side. Lord have mercy. I don't know how it was on your side of town or in your neck of the woods on last night, but we done lost a whole fence, y'all. Lord have mercy. Let's see who we got coming in here, because we're not going to be here long on this evening. It is good to see each and every one of you, my father's children. We got Minister Nikki is in the house. Hello, sweetheart. We got my main man in Florida, Sunshine State, saying we need to get back on that phone, man. Yes, we do. Nikki said it was a lot of hell, my Lord. We had some of that. And some other things too. I tell you what, it's amazing what a little rain will do. Let me see if I could, I think I got this thing going in a couple of different places. If y'all give me a moment, I'm going to try my best to see who's in the J-How group page as well, because I know that we're there. So let me see. All right, there we go. I see some of you all. Good deal. Thank y'all for chiming in. Listen, what I wanted to do today, we know that for Joshua House of Worship, we don't have Bible study tonight. I thought it would be wise, along with the leaders, to give us the space in the week to do the things that we might need to do for our families and so forth and so on. Because on Thursday, y'all, we're running into the praise. We're running into the celebration. We're running into the goodness of God and all that He has done for us over the past 72 years at the Joshua House of Worship. Now, I ain't been there the whole time, y'all, but I've been there long enough to know that it is a blessed place. The soil there is rich. I'm going to say that again. The soil there is rich. One man plants, another waters, but it's always God that gives the increase. We're not ashamed of it. We're a small church. But we know that God has allowed us to make a big impact. And as we think back over the multiple generations of families that we've been graced to be a part of their lives, and we found ourselves, just doing life with folk for 72 years, from the births of babies and grandbabies and great-grandbabies and great-great-grandbabies, and saying farewell to loved ones. I can't tell you how many that we've had to say farewell to over the past 72 years, and everything from seeing folk learn to walk naturally and, spiritually at the same time, seeing both of those things, seeing people come into their calling, seeing people come into their gifting, seeing people rededicate their life to Christ. And truth be told, seeing some folk walk away from Christ. We've seen it all, from the cradle to the grave, being there in sick rooms, being there in convalescent homes, nursing homes, visiting in prisons, all of it, serving people under the bridge, serving people, in shelters, from domestic violence shelters to children's shelters. This church has been used of God to touch lives, and we're still just getting started. And I am so honored and thankful to be able to present the 72nd church anniversary for the Joshua House of Worship. Now, if we've been a part of your life, I would hope that it would be meaningful enough to you to, if you can be there over the next 4 days, because I'm going to give you some rundown over the next 4 days. Be there. If you can't be there physically, of course, we want to encourage you to be online with us. And on tomorrow, you will need to register today or early tomorrow at the latest to be online with us tomorrow, because it's going to be a private forum. It won't be on Facebook large. We're going to be praying and doing some things that are going to be more private in that regard. So we want to encourage you. That's going to be the Thursday. That's tomorrow. It's going to be a prayer, praise, and testimony service. And I'm going to give you the link. Let me just go ahead and do that now. Get that done. That's the link, y'all. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy it right into, if I can administrate here, I'm going to copy it right into the comment section. And as I do that, I want somebody else. Nikki, would you do that for us, darling? Would you also repost it in all the other places that you know to put it? That particular link there is the link that you would need to use to register for tomorrow. That's for Thursday only. All the other nights, they'll be on regular Facebook Live, YouTube, LinkedIn, so forth and so on. But on Thursday night, we're doing that one a little bit differently. You need to register to be able to take part and to see and hear what's going on in that particular celebration service. So here we are again, 72nd church anniversary, 72 years of rich history, rich experience, highs and lows. We've never had more than 300 members. Now we're in the neighborhood of 125, 150, somewhere in that neighborhood, depending upon the season of the year. But let me tell you what we're counting more than anything else. We're counting our blessings, and we're counting it a privilege just to be in the Lord's army, to be in the Lord's service. And as I said earlier, a small church making a big impact. It doesn't take a whole lot of people. I want to encourage somebody. It doesn't take a whole lot of people to do what it is that needs to be done. But those people, whoever they are, they got to be on one accord. I want to thank all the saints at the Joshua House of Worship over the past 72 years, but especially now at this tip of the spear where we are here, that are using their time, that are using their talent, that are using their treasures to make the point of that spear even sharper for the warfare in front of us. It's a different time. It's a different season that we're in now. Some of the things that we're doing. Stephen Glenn, I'm glad to see you there, man. I hope you'll come and celebrate with us and bring baby girl. It's been so long. The season we're in now, man, folk don't even see the Lord, many of them, the way that he needs to be seen. And certainly they're not connected and committed to church the way that I believe that connection and that commitment should be lived out in the life of saints. But it is what it is. But we know that we're cutting through some fog. We're cutting through some misunderstandings and some just hard times. We're cutting through the darkness right now, and it's going to get darker out here, y'all. It's going to get real dark before the Lord appears, and he wants to have saints who are on assignment, saints who are on the wall, saints who know how to blow the trumpet and know where to be on that wall when he tells us to blow that thing. And I'm thankful that the Joshua House of Worship is geared up and getting ready to be a part of that great revival that's going to happen in these end times. And who knows how many more generations it will last before the coming of the Lord. But we want to pass on the torch. We want to pass on the fire. I'm so grateful that God has kept the light at the Joshua House of Worship. So if you've been a part of that light experience, if you've been blessed by that light, this is the time to come back, man of God, woman of God, and let the record show. Give honor where honor is due. It is a privilege. It is not a burden. It's a privilege to be in the Lord's service. It's a privilege to be in the Lord's army. It's a privilege to be covered by a household like the Joshua House of Worship. And I'm thankful for all of those who have been a part of what it is that God has done. Whatever season you've been there. Lala Bracamante said, it's good to see you, darling. Thank you for chiming in. Whatever period of time, whatever season, come back and be a witness on the days ahead of us. Let me just go ahead and get into that now. Thursday again, prayer, praise, and testimony service is going to be available online, but only for those who register. You have to go to that particular link. It's a bit.ly link, an abbreviated link, bit.ly/JHOW anniversary day one. If you put that in your browser, it'll give you all the registration information, and then you'll be able to meet us online tomorrow for that particular part of the service. We are going to be on our faces before the Lord in prayer, not just asking him for anything because he's already done it. Hey, we're going to talk to God. We're going to listen. We're going to sit still. We're going to let the earth be silent before him. And then we're going to get up out of that silence and we're going to praise him. And we're going to share testimonies. That's going to be on tomorrow night. It starts at 7. If I were you, I would definitely be there at least 20 to 30 minutes early. And that's on Thursday night. Then on Friday, y'all, it is revival night. And we're so thankful and grateful for partnership with the man of God who's going to bless our hearts. We want you to be a part of this great move of the Spirit. He's a fiery preacher. He's coming with the word. And we're talking about our brother who will also be sharing the word on Sunday, none other than Pastor James Butler of the Open Altar Christian Church. He's going to be there Thursday. He's bringing Friday. He's going to be there Thursday too, but he's bringing his congregation with him on Friday night, and that is revival night. We want every saint of the Joshua House of Worship to be in place and to be in position. And for those who have been asking, yes, all of our leaders, all of our persons who serve in any capacity, from musicians to, ushers to doorkeep, whatever, be in place, be in position. It's a full service. Thursday and Friday, be in place, be in position. In fact, don't come empty-handed. Bring somebody with you because it's a praise party going on. And it's revival night, Thursday and Friday. So shout out once again to the man of God who will be breaking bread with us on that Friday. Now, Saturday, y'all, the heat's going to get even hotter. And we are thankful and grateful for this woman of God. In fact, it's her birthday today, the woman of God who's going to break bread with us and who's going to give honor and tribute where honor is due, because we have a special honoree, as you see on the backdrop behind me. That's the lovely Minister Sandy Evans, and I know that you know her, and I know that you've heard from her, and you've been blessed by her. Could I just ask you to do this? If that is the case, won't you help us to give honor where honor is due for 40 years of faithful, fruitful service to the Lord and to God's people? She's our honoree. She served for that period of time. That's 4 full decades, beloved. I'm going to say that again because that's a mic drop. Thank you, Nikki. I appreciate that. Chandrella, I see you there. Let me pick that mic back up and tell you once again, that's 4 full decades in one place. Man, in this world of church hopping and church shopping and church dropping and everything else, let me tell you what I know. That is nothing more than just loving the Lord and loving God's people and being a faithful individual, being a faithful servant. And let me tell you something. That's not because she's been one who has agreed with everything, one who, some folk, they want to take over. No, she's just served. She's been faithful. She's been consistent. Her character, her integrity has given her longevity. Some folk can't stay put for 4 years. She's done it for 40. Some folk can't stay put for 4 months before they try to take over. But come on now, let's be honest. This is a woman of God. Give people their flowers while they can smell them. Come on. And I want to encourage you that on this weekend, especially, but anytime this week, reach out to her any way you want. and be a blessing to her. Put something in her hand, whether it's a specially selected gift or card or certificate, something, or even some funds, and all that type of stuff. She's not asked me to say anything of this sort, but I wanted to say it because I know that she's worthy of it. She's worthy of that double honor in that regard. So bless her as she has been a blessing to us. That's Minister Sandy Evans, 40 years of faithful, fruitful service. That's coming up on Saturday. The banquet will be at I always mess that name up, Kamagacha, I think is how they pronounce it, if I'm not mistaken. It's the Brazilian Steakhouse. How about that? And those who have registered, we have full registration. So that registration actually ended today. I want to thank my lovely wife, First Lady, for doing so many things unseen, but you see it on the back end, but not all the work that goes into it on the front end. I want to thank her for taking the lead on that, along with her team. And thank our administrator for working out all the stuff that's done. Also want to thank all those. We have so many members who, not only have they taken care of their own bill, but they paid for someone else, or maybe even a couple of other people. Thank each and every one of you who were so generous of your resources to be a blessing to some of the members who needed a little help. We appreciate you on that. So our honoree on that banquet is going to be, again, Minister Sandy Evans, but our guest pastor, our guest speaker, co-pastor, I put that in wrong. Let me take that off. Our co-pastor is Patricia Baldwin. Pastor is Pastor Alvin Baldwin. Let me fix that. I messed that up. Lord have mercy. I'm going to fix that now. And it is her birthday today. And we want to say happy birthday to the woman of God who will be our guest speaker on this coming Saturday. There we go. I think I got it right. If my spelling is right. Co-pastor Patricia Spencer Baldwin of St. Joseph Missionary Baptist Church. She's a great friend. Keisha, it's good to see you, darling. Thanks for chiming in. She's a great friend of Minister Sandy, and she's a great friend of me and so many of the others. She's just been a friend. She's been a partner to the Joshua House of Worship that has been so faithful, so consistent, not only when she's on program, but anytime she can be a blessing. She's always answered the call, and we are so thankful and grateful for her. And then, man, the preaching and the teaching and the gifting that this woman of God has. You're going to be blessed if you're going to be a part of that banquet. But we're not coming just to be blessed. Blessed we will be. If you've not eaten at that Brazilian Steakhouse, Lord have mercy, we're about to be blessed. But we got folk that are coming from all over the city that are going to be there. And as a matter of fact, out of town, out of state, out of city and state, they're going to be there. We believe that if this woman of God, this ministry has blessed you in any way, you should have made your way. The tickets have been available for the past 3 to 4 months. Shame on you if you didn't see fit that someone who's been a blessing to you to come on and be a blessing to them. We got to get out. We got to do better, yo. We just got to do a whole lot better. Some folk, I tell you, I don't know what they made of. They don't never show up to do nothing unless it's for them. So we thank God that this woman of God, talking about co-pastor Patricia Spencer Baldwin, I couldn't ask for anybody better to be there to celebrate this with her relationship that she's had with us and the woman of God. So we're so thankful. So that's going to be on Saturday at 5:00. And then finally, Sunday cometh, y'all. Lord say, Sand Creek don't rise. Sunday is a reunion service. And as I said, Pastor James E. Butler will be our special guest once again from that Friday. He'll pick right up. That pulpit will still be hot. It'll still be on fire. And he's bringing his family, the Open Altar Christian Church. They're going to be there. We hope you'll be there. We hope you'll have a seat in the house if you're local. And if you're not local, by all means, we hope that not only will you be online watching with us, but you'll be sharing it. We want to also encourage you not only to share in the celebration, but share in the stewardship of it all. You can sow into this work, sow into this soil called the Joshua House of Worship. If it's been a blessing in your life, it ought not be no hard thing now. Come on here. I said it ought not be no hard thing for you to sow back into those who have sold into your life. So for stewardship, if you'd like to send a gift representing our anniversary, text JHOW GIVE the 833-245-5409. Of course, you can use the PayPal information that you see on the screen there, or you can use one of the systems that we refer to as the push pay. It'll come right through and to all of our financial at Frost Bank, or you can use Cash App. And then for those old school, of course, you can always send that check or money order to P.O. Box 755, Converse, Texas 78109. We're grateful and we're thankful for your partnership. We're honored that over these past 72 years, once again, God has been good to us, and he's allowed us to be a small church making a big impact. If you've been a part of that impact, if you felt the weight, if you felt the light, if you felt the warmth of the service from the Joshua House of Worship, if you felt the love of God, the embrace of the Lord through this ministry, won't you be a part? Give honor where honor is due. Won't you be a part of what's going on over the next 4 days? That's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and finally Sunday. Join us there, and we're so grateful for your partnership. Once again, on tomorrow night, the Bitly link shows J-How Anniversary Day 1. That's the link where you'll need to register to be a part, online anyway, of the particular service. It will not be on a regular Facebook or YouTube or anything else for that matter. It would only be a private online viewing. If you don't register, you won't see it, and you won't be able to be blessed by it. So with that being said, I'm going to get out your way, let you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for listening. Help us to share this information with our membership, with our friends, with our partners, wherever they are. God bless you real good. That's my prayer. In Jesus' name, we'll see you on tomorrow. God bless. Praise God, family. Pastor Mel here. Listen, whether you got connected with our marriage enrichment, young adult ministry, or serving in the children's shelter, even the nursing home, whether you met us in person or online, we are a small church making a big impact. But we got a message for you. Come grow with us.